100% passes!
Hello, my name is Tabrice, the amateur footballer, and I'm here with Lloyd and with Ben, joint managers of Peckham FC First Team. I'd like to say from the get-go...
Peckham veterans.
Peckham veterans. Peckham veterans? Cool. So I would like to say from the get-go, you guys do not know the questions that I'm going to answer.
Nope.
So everything that's going to be talked about now, it's just the first time answers, first time emotions. Right?
Right.
It's going to be good. Yeah, so could you tell me a little bit about Peckham and also your own footballing careers? And I'll start with Lloyd.
Well, Peckham. We're Peckham Town. Obviously, we're the veterans. We wasn't always Peckham Town. We started off as Livingston, as a B team. And we played under two umbrellas. And it's always been me and Ben's strength. That's always, we've gone on doing things our way from the start, you know, trying to progress. Different people want different things, and we wanted, if we're going to represent any football at this age, we want it to be, you know, a proper setup. So from day one, it just kicked in. And obviously we're at Peckham Town now, and we're still together. But yeah, we got more plans. Obviously, in the near future, we're setting up again probably, because how can I put this? How would I put it? We played under two umbrellas. So, and we've done the work ourselves. And when we're in the football world, in the management and the obviously leagues and associations, you get the recognition. And they recognize me and Ben as together as like a separate entity. We feel like that as well, because obviously we've been under two umbrellas and we've been close to other football associations. They know that we're different, you know. But maybe it's time that we put our stamp on it. Do you know that? Okay. I don't really want to go into it really in depth, but you know, it's a thing what we started, and we're here now, and we're just trying to strive for success in veterans football.
As Lloyd said, we've been under two umbrellas already, and the first umbrella we kind of outgrew. We was basically the B team, and then we finished ahead of the A team. So we thought, you know, we've outgrown this umbrella, let's go to another one. So we jumped on like a almost semi-pro club. So we had like a brand, and that's gone really well. Started off with a team that was just pulling together, like 8 or 9 men. Sometimes we're in the morning calling up anybody that would just come along, even if they didn't have boots, we'd give them a boots.
We had a few character players filling in, put it that way.
Yeah.
A lot of two-footed players.
Yeah, some that didn't even last 10 minutes, and then they'll coughing their lungs out.
Some was just friends, just standing by for us, really.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
just because we called
friends
them.
are close.
Yeah.
And they do, you know, Call of Duty and all that. They would do it for me and Ben, and you know, it just built. 1 brings 2, 2 brings 3, and obviously we've been in the game. Like you said, obviously we'll let you know, but you know, we've been in the game for a long time. Like, we played together when we was from
about 7. Yeah, 7, 8 years old. Norwood Little League.
Norwood Little League.
Yeah. One of our other players was in there as well.
One of our other players, Marco, you know him well, everyone knows Marco.
Yeah.
He was in the yellow team.
We were the light blues. We were much better than the yellows. We used to beat them by 5 or 6. Remember that, Marco?
Yeah, Marco always wanted to be a sky blue. He secretly said that. So, you know, even when we were changing and going through our stuff, we was like, that was the way, you know, it's come from that far that we want it to go further. But, you know, we done all of this, and not say we done all it. We couldn't have done it alone. There's players in our team, you know. I don't want to start promoting a lot, but there are a couple of them. One of them's your brother-in-law.
Yeah, Foundation.
They
were there when we had 8 players.
And he's been our super agent, to be fair to the lad.
Yeah,
you know,
brought in some quality players.
Yeah, and
some good lads, and that's like one of the most important things. It doesn't matter how good you are, if you're not a good lad, we don't want to invite you into this team, because this team is like family. We bring our families, so it's not about bringing bad characters, bad karma, bad blood. You got to be the right kind of person.
And then both of you are still playing, so you're playing as a goalkeeper?
Yeah, I've taken up the gloves this year. Yeah, just to
playing
to fill
as a
in.
goalie. He's a centre back. He started a centre mid.
Okay.
And centre mid to centre back, and now in the goal. It's just what the team needed. The team needed a keeper
him in goal. And to be fair, he wasn't in goal before, and we had I don't want to start slating, but it was a major issue. That position's always a major issue in any veterans football, in any league football, to be fair, because you don't find keepers. They're very hard to find, you know, especially good ones. So if you're going to be a part of a good team, you got to be a good goalie. A good goalie is the good base of a good team. And this man has self-taught himself. I have little jokes with him about YouTube, you know, but it's no one's too old to learn.
Do you think your team is better than the team I play for?
What team? Your Peckham Town
B team.
B team.
Ben, do you not ask Ben that question?
Do I think we're better?
Yeah.
What do you mean by better? I think you guys are a good bunch of lads. I like you a lot. You're committed. But what do you mean if we played a match against each other? What would the outcome be?
Yeah. A competitive game.
Oh, okay. Well, we've had competitive games already, and the A team has won every single one, and I would expect us to continue that. So yeah, but I wouldn't say we are better, but we would beat your team in a game, I think, every time we play you.
So you're saying that your team's better than us?
No, you're not better. We're different.
I don't want to join in.
But in a competitive game, yeah, I think I would be confident that we would beat your team.
Okay. All right.
And we'll see again at the end of the season when we play again.
What are the main areas you would improve in the team?
In my team, this is from a player. This is a player question. You're going to let me into that secret? Sounds like a player question. Sounds like a player question. It does. It's a good one. This is the thing. You're waiting for me. It's a trap. It's a nice one.
It's funny. It's something we spoke about already.
Yeah, but it's
not a particular position.
I'm not going to run from it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not going to run from it. So I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, be honest.
I've got this philosophy. If you're better than that player in that position, and you're willing to tick every boxes, what Ben's spoke about earlier, like be a part of the family, because it's not just joining a football team. We're not just like, it's not Clapham Common. We don't strive for that. We're a family, and we mean business, you know. And we're trying to. This is what we do with the B team. We try and generate the same sort of system, so everyone's got a little system to go through as a club and as a family. That's why even in training, everyone's competitive. When we play, even at training, I try and make sure that the team are playing well. I even make extra. Not just that. I enjoy training very much. So you know, but I don't try and go soft in training.
But you're not answering my question.
What about the?
As in, like, what the main areas?
Yeah, I'm gonna get there. I'm definitely gonna get there. I'm just telling you that I can't just answer that, because I don't think I would. If I can improve the left winger, then I'll improve him.
No, but
if you think you should ask me where do you think we're weak then, if that's where, or you know, like I would improve any position, to be fair. You know, it's not. I don't think we're at a stage where no one in our team. I think every player that's in our squad bar a few, because I'm not going to run from it, like you said, but I'm not going to name names, but the majority of the squad, I'd say they're top quality level players to play anywhere in the country on their day.
So you're
on their day. But I'd improve every position if I could. But right now, how we got it, like I said, we're a family. So these players tick all the boxes. If it's an improved area, right now I feel like we got the choice to just swap and see who does better. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Because Ronaldinho retired at the end of this season. If he came along to the club and said, I want to play, then he would more than likely improve it in whatever position we put him in. But it's not that we've identified positions in our team that we're not happy with. We're happy with the team, we're happy with the squad.
Yeah.
But if better players did come...
Is this a fair way to answer your question?
Or did you want us to specifically pick a position?
I just said to pick an area. So defence, midfield, in a kind of attacking sense. Of course, players can always improve, but there must be a particular area that you see maybe week in, week out, or every other week that you think, you know what?
I'd love to have a left back that's disciplined and just plays like a left back, but we've got him already there. But we got a relationship, we've got a relationship where he knows what to do. He's no Mickey Mouse on the football pitch. He knows what to do, and he's like I say, like he's family. He knows what he's supposed to do. But sometimes we have a little problem there because everyone wants to enjoy football. Everyone believes that they can do more than they really can. Everyone. So I'd want him to improve that position at left back, and this is where it gets brutal, because if a good person, wanted to come and play left back, and I know he's a thoroughbred left back, like clean, and he wanted to join the club, he'd have to tick every box and he'd have to do some more, because that person who plays there, I know he can do it, but it's just how we want him to do it, if that's what I'm saying. And like I say, we're a family, so we'd rather work with what we've got. So that's a position I'd strengthen. I'd strengthen up front, because I'd love to have a striker that just just does the simple stuff, like plays like an old school striker, because I think that's what the way we play football, I think it's required, like do the simple things, lay the ball off quickly, and just do the simple basics. Like Alan Shearer, I love Alan Shearer because he doesn't try nothing. He just does what a good striker's supposed to do, and what he does as well. Because he does the little things and he don't over elaborate, he's got so much energy in front of goal. It's made him the best ever. For me, in my eyes, best in the Premier League. Like Hitman, I'd love him up front but even there, a player, we've got a couple of players that can do, our striker, I've seen him do things on the football pitch that Alan Shearer couldn't probably do. But it's just how we play, and it's just getting through to the player. That's how we want him to play. But I wouldn't change him for you'd have to be some striker, to change him. I think maybe a centre back, someone who's really dominant in the air. I think that would be a nice touch to have in the squad. But there you go again. I think everyone around there I'm quite happy with, to be honest with you. Like I said, I'm happy with the squad right now, more than I've ever been happy with the squad.
To strengthen an area, I would like us to score more goals, but I wouldn't. It's not that we would change the personnel, but to strengthen the area, we would just like them to do things that we want them to do. But it's not about the personnel, it's about them taking instructions and following the mindset of us.
Yeah, I'd say your players are winners. Winners on the football pitch. Cups, leagues. So what's the kind of foundation of the team ethics that you demand from the players to actually win trophies?
Well, we expect everyone to give their all. We expect them to respect their teammates, respect the club, respect the opposition, respect the officials, and you gotta want to win. Winners don't come cheap, and it's taken us a few years to get the right players with the right mentalities into the squad. And now we've got a squad that are used to winning. They work for the wins, they fight for each other, and it's just getting stronger and stronger. Like, we had a game the other day, a double header, where some of the football was just amazing, and the work rate was like crazy. They outworked them, they outplayed them, and it was just harmony. It was one of the best performances that I've seen us do.
3 players from the B team that you take into your A team.
You don't have to ask Ray.
No.
That I would take.
Yeah, 3. I just want names. That's it.
The B team's got a lot of good.
We got to deal with Ray.
Yeah,
we're not allowed to answer this question.
We'll answer it, but we wouldn't take Ray's players.
Yeah.
I know,
because Ray's got his squad.
Ray,
but the people that have the right mindsets and the right fight would be yourself. But as Paul says, you seem to be injured quite a lot, and hardly play any minutes. So I'm not sure how.
Why would you take Tabriz? Because of his tackling and.
Yeah, he tackles. He's fearless.
It's funny you say that.
He heads it. He's got a left foot as well, so that gives us a bit more balance.
I think even with the football quality on the day, I don't think you was the best, football-wise. But I played with you once. Do you remember it? And I come and played.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you was outstanding. Your heart was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you inspired me, and I'd call myself like I've played at a higher level. So for someone to inspire me, I definitely agree, because I weren't struggling to see who I'd pick. I weren't struggling. I just had one in mind that I just know, and I think Johnny's a top player. I think he's a top player, and who else would I really take? And to be fair, who
was it? 3 players you said.
3. Yeah.
You said 3. Johnny,
Johnny,
and I like coaching. Like, I get something out of that. If someone's, when you got a weaker player that that's got it, and you just can talk and work, like what you see me do with NJ. Well, NJ's not a weaker player. I wouldn't call him a weaker player. NJ's a fair player at a good level, but his game's getting better. He's improving a lot, and that's down to me and Ben talking and teaching him how it's done properly at a different level. And the one that stands out to me, and I always think if I had him around me and talking to him, I think Tiba. I like him. That's unfair. There's one I've left. I'd definitely take
little Dwayne. Yeah, I think little Dwayne Henry. Yeah, in training, he's quite impressive.
He's awesome in training, and he does it against. Remember, we're playing in the top league. We play in the top league, and most of the guys you see at training, they play in a team, or they're at football quite frequent. And Dwayne, he holds his own. I think he's an amazing little player. But when I've played with him as well, it's like the pitch is too big for him, and it's like if he learns to be a big fish in a big pond, or even a small fish but do it in a big pond, I think you lot would raise your levels as well. To be quite fair, I think he's underplayed himself, because I just don't know that transition from the 5-a-side pitch. I think that if he learnt to put his game on a bigger scale, I think you lot would have won the league probably as well, because I think there's definitely a good few of you that can raise it by speaking. But yeah, little Dwayne, Tiba, I like Tiba. He does things that, and he's a lovely kid as well, Tiba. I shouldn't call him kid at this age. He's a vet. He might be older than me.
We're big men.
Does Tiba look older than me? He might be. Not with the trim. Not with the trim. He looks older.
He might be. One of his passports, he might be older than you.
Tiba, they're killing him. But yeah, I think he's decent. Definitely decent.
But your team, it's a talented team there. Most of them could come into our team seamlessly as long as they listened and took on
A few of them
our
have.
philosophies.
A few of them have.
Yeah,
Like
we played
Ricardo's
in
done it.
nationals, we played in the over
Ricardo's done it.
40s.
Dwayne Simpson's done it. Dwayne Simpson's come in there and been man of the match. But
Yeah,
to affect
right
our
back.
team and be realistically at their age, the younger vets, because that's the age we're at. To be going forward, you have to take the young ones, and Dwayne and Tiba, they're young, But at centre back, definitely, like Ben said,
You wouldn't look out of place.
no way, because you need heart where we play.
When we played together,
Yeah,
it was very early on in my Peckham career.
yeah.
And when you came in, it felt to me that you took over the management,
What do you mean?
that you were talking before Ray.
Okay.
So the question is, do you think your management style can be overbearing sometimes?
Maybe, but I'm not on the receiving end of the management. I think that it's not been. I've learned along the way, and you could, I don't know. There's times where, are you talking? Would you say with Raymond or with the
No,
other with everyone?
No. So my kind of own experience was when you played. Of course, I think I played maybe a couple of games.
Yeah.
So in my head, Ray was manager. So
Yeah.
when you came in, I'm
But
not
Ray
too
is the manager.
Yeah. So Ray's manager, but
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that you was manager of the first team.
Okay.
Or I
You
must
just
have
never
known
knew.
that you was floating around. So when you came in, and when you were, especially at halftime, when you were speaking first, because you actually did speak first.
In that game,
Yeah, because that was in Dulwich.
I can't even remember.
You did. So
You said you did. I like that. You got that fact.
yeah, straight.
You got
So
that fact. What your team had a game, the B team had a
Yeah.
game, and I played.
it was a friendly. It was a friendly against Lambeth.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That little friendly there. Yeah. Is that the first time? Yeah, you
Yeah,
played actually. Yeah,
yeah.
you did.
So yeah, it's just one of my own observations at that time. And of course, hearing you speak and your love of the game, that you're very passionate. But of course, there's some players that might think that you speak too much, or you are
Yeah, they tell
overbearing.
me. No, they tell me. I always talk.
Yeah.
I talk. Sometimes it drags. It's just it's what my dad left me, mate. It's the genes. But the genes of wisdom. So I will never stop drilling it in. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. But even with Ray, if Ray has got a game and I'm on the pitch, maybe I might have had an opinion, but not as a manager. I would have done that or said something as a leader, but I wouldn't try and take his total team talk. Or are you accusing me of that? Taking his total team talk, or?
Well,
I just spoke
I've been to a lot of your games, and I'm never quiet.
I've not said nothing at your games.
I'm never
ever.
a
And
quiet
I've been at the games.
Yeah.
I don't join in. I don't go and I want Ray to be the best Ray can be. So for me, I'm constantly on to Ray. But Ray, me and Ray's got a different relationship. We went to school together, So we're coming from teeny bops as well, And when you're growing, like I was in the older year than Ray. And obviously the younger year in secondary school, you're not looking down, but that's the year to tease or to play around with, So Ray was always the one that could stand up in his year, the one that would shout and, put his mouth where, it's not needed sometimes, He's strong, he's a strong character. I knew the leadership skills that Ray had. That's why we asked Ray to do this manager's job. So I wouldn't say I'm overbearing on Ray. I'd say that I try and lead. There's some things I'd say to Ray and give him a little advice. Sometimes he don't want to hear it. Sometimes he hears it. So I've told him stuff that I said watch and see, and he's watched and saw, and
I mean, I wasn't specifically saying overbearing on Ray, just overbearing in general.
Okay, and just
Yeah.
on my team, yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. That's the passion.
Yeah.
Like, I can't leave it because I just, I want to go over it. I want to go over it again. I might touch on it that angle, try touch on it that angle, and just to get across the message. Sometimes it might go long. Sometimes it's effective. Sometimes it's not.
The communication between the management, so from you guys and Ray and Paul, how is it in general? And again, you don't have to elaborate, but
Between us and Paul.
as in all four of you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like two separate teams, but generally we all are in contact in some way or another during the week. So it's like a little family within a family. We're like the older uncles that have a little talk about our young ones.
Family within a family. You've got to elaborate on that. I don't understand.
Yeah, so it's like you got the main family, so like say all the children, all the players are the children, and then you've got the adults. So us four are like the adults. We don't always talk, but when we do, it's always about what's the best.
Management's management.
Yeah,
And
what's the best for
we have to respect
the players.
Them. They're doing a job for the club.
Yeah,
And it's not like they don't.
They put in a lot.
They
give their time, their money. It's even their emotion.
Definitely.
Yeah, if we was picking two managers to take over one of our teams, you couldn't really pick a better pairing than that. Because as a pair, they do everything, and they're invaluable to the club.
Okay, cool.
And where we're going.
You guys have heard of the saying, a captain never leaves his ship. Alright?
Yeah.
And any captain who leaves the ship before people who are on it before is literally looked down as a coward,
Yeah.
etc. Right? So
Understand the ethics.
yeah. So can you explain why yourself and Ben went to a cup game as management, and left a player in charge for one of your league games?
It was a League Cup game.
That's definitely a fair question.
Yeah.
But I want Lloyd to.
You want me
to start? Well, it's both of us.
I'll start. I don't mind. I play in the over 40s. Because I give up football, so I don't contend for spots or nothing in our team, which it's hard for me. So with the AFA Cup competition, the over 40s competition, it was my chance to really, go out there and play some football and enjoy it and get a little release, because remember I never really get the minutes. I don't try and even contend. I don't try and contend for spaces. And if I was a fit footballer or got myself just a little bit fitter than I probably am even now, I can definitely press for spaces. So I give it up, and it's just to save and not break hearts as well, and keep good players and good people at the club. It's just what you have to do. You just bite the bullet as a manager sometime. And we was in a semi-final for that cup, for the AFA Cup today. It was a big game for the club, because the AFA Cup is not a Mickey Mouse Cup. It's a big cup. It's an official AFA Cup. It's like the Veterans FA Cup. So
it's the biggest.
You see the trophy. It's like
cup.
a mini version of the FA. It's a proper competition. So it was a big game as well as the league game. So me, regardless, I would have been there. I've missed games before, but never both of us have. Never. That was the only one time that we've done it. But Ben's played in goal all year round. It was looking back at it, because we got knocked out. It could have been a shit decision, But if we went to the final, then it could have been a better decision. But it wasn't good on the day. I do have regrets about it. But it's one game, and we got responsible players, higher level players that we we trust and put on the pitch, even in front of us. It's nothing like we're a family. We're not signing silly level players to, you know, these guys can look after themselves, and we had a problem.
It was a good opportunity as well. It's a good opportunity to see for the players
how they get on with their
players to actually look at themselves in the mirror and see how they can manage without us two.
Yeah.
Because it was getting to a stage where we're giving them ideas and instructions, and you can just tell that they thought what they wanted to do was the right thing. And so they had an opportunity to play,
to go out there with no leadership
for themselves, do what they want, and sink or swim.
That was it. That was the throw of the dice, to be honest with you.
And it turned out they sunk.
We weren't on a great streak.
But it actually turned the season around, because after that, when we had the long talk after that, a lot of them looked themselves in the mirror. They started to actually listen to what me and Lloyd are saying. And some of the performances since then, the improvement has been amazing.
So
it was a good opportunity.
Like this, no one would have come close, to be honest with you. It would have been absolutely flying the league. You know, there wouldn't be no dents in the armour, because we would have been playing that good. I don't think that...
And how much calls did we get of players saying, you know what, now we actually realise...
Yeah, definitely.
How much...
You know? It's good. It's just like it was like a rain check, to be fair. Not that we're looking any praise. We're not looking any praise, but it's just a little lesson to say, listen to us. Then, you know, like help by, you know, like listening to the direction that we're trying to give. You know, because we believe you don't listen all the time. You know, we're not playing great. If you listen, you might end up turning things around, and it was good because the reaction from the players weren't great as well. You know, they reacted different. It's a big loss against a fierce rival. Nobody wants to go out there and get beat by a fierce rival. 7-1? 7-0?
7-0.
Was it 7-0?
Yeah, worst loss ever.
So I mean, but okay, do you guys regret your decision not being there? Yes or no?
We regretted not being there to help the team put in a better performance against one of our rivals. But in hindsight, from the reaction, we think it was actually
a blessing. It
really was. In disguise.
So would you do it again?
No, I wouldn't do it.
It wouldn't do it again.
I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah, there would always be one of us there unless it's an emergency.
That rain check did make the players respect us a little bit more, and what we do and what we put in. You know, it's not just we turn up, bring your footballs for you, and you know, arrange all these fixtures and put us in competitions. We're in. Them boys are in 6 cups, you know, and a league. You know, that's who does that? Who's in 6 clubs? What club's in 6 cups and a league? You know, so at the end of the day, I'm sure if you said to any of them, would you rather not be in all these competitions, or, you know, they definitely would tell you no. They want to play and win and be in every single one of these competitions what we play in. You know, it don't just come like that. You know, everything has to be get done in the background that they don't see, and you obviously you do what you can for the team. And like I said, sometimes it's nice to have that little rain check, because not that you want to feel respected. I know, like, we respect and love each other as friends, without doubt. We're coming from childhood, like a lot of us. And if you're not coming from childhood with me, like, you know, I don't know like Tyrone Palmer. I didn't know him from childhood, but I knew Marco, and they grew together on the other side. But you know, we're all connected through like childhood. So, you know, it is what it is.
Passes, 100% passes.